This channel is a not-so-proud member of YouTube's all-encompassing special society of heavily overwhelmed layout enthusiasts. Look around any club, any gathering, you'll find at least one member of the group there. The content of this stream is not suitable for children under the age of 16. The language, themes, attitude, and personality of this presenter was not suitable for his own children. Topics discussed will not center on trains and will focus on anything except politics. It just so happens trains are running. Any similarity between characters, situations, trains, and intelligent thoughts is a strictly coincidence. And all together now, any rebroadcast or transmission of this stream without the expressed written consent of Major League Baseball is strictly prohibited. Viewer discretion is advised. Let's all remember rules for layouts. Seems to have been forgotten this week. It's your layout. Do what you want. Do not tell someone else what to do unless they ask you what to do. Do not call out, mock, criticize, or insult another channel on your channel. And with that said, let's get to it. Hello, everybody. How are you today? Actually, let me switch screens here a bit. We'll go that way. Hope you've all had a decent and productive week. Let's see who's here before I go any further. Brian from the Angel Share. Nice to have you, sir. Chris, always a pleasure. Tom, also always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure for anybody here. I shouldn't single out anybody. Let me see. Steve Childers is here. Nice to have you. Simo or Simo, great to have you. Tim JD, one of my pillars. Let me see. And then same names. Colin, another pillar. Got to be here. We just need David Cook now. And I think I said hello to Tom. Ray is here. Ray is in the house. Nice to have you here. Leslie Gilpin, I think, is the next new name down the list. Honored, sir. Joseph Agliato, nice to have you. And I think that covers it for all the names. Product placement. I am doing well. It's been a weird week, but most weeks are. The biggest thing, I've continued working on the 3D printing. What I've done this week, again, it's very baby steps. I am designing the interior shops that I'm custom fitting into that big monster station that I built. And so we have a bottom floor and a top floor because it's 2 floors, and this will go into the 2 wings of that station. It's just too big to bring the station out. Looks like one of my cameras here shrunk, but that camera I think is frozen anyhow. I've got, no, that camera is good. The other camera is frozen. One of my cameras is out. I believe Joyce's camera is out. Yeah. If I go to this scene, the camera that's normally below me, which is Joyce, that camera stopped working today when I was doing my testing. I did some testing on Wednesday. Everything was good. It might just need rebooted, but I unplugged it and plugged it back in, which is why I was a couple of minutes late getting started today. Ian, King Fox Junction, and Randall Ellison are here. And Thomas from St. Peter's Railway is here. He's one of the topics I want to talk about. And I also want to hit on some topics that were broached in other live streams today. But, and Lee is here. So that's good because Lee will either be very thrilled with me or will hate me in about 45 minutes. That's all right. Any visit, any time is an honor. Ewan the Growler is here. Just saw your name pop up there. So, and Heath must get back to working on the AC. Well, at least you got the space and you got the door and you've got shelving up, so, or at least are starting. So that's a win week in my opinion. Okay, so well, let's get some trains running right away before I start nattering on and on and on. So for those of you who remember last week, we had a problem with the sound. I didn't catch it in the testing, but it happened early in the show. And what had happened is this bad boy, this is the only mic I use. All my other mics are shut off. All the mics on these different cameras, they're shut off. There is no, they should not have been working. They were all shut off. They're shut off through OBS. They're shut off through my computer, so that only sounds through this mic comes in. And sound was coming in. And for whatever reason, what happened is this microphone somehow glitched out. I don't know if I had left my computer on and there was a Windows reboot. Whatever happened. Because Microsoft updated. Anytime Microsoft updates, something goes wrong. But this mic was now feeding off of the camera mic from below and the station mic. That one. Yeah, that one. So the camera, it was feeding off both of them. So even though it was saying this microphone was working, it was actually working with two other mics. It was somehow leeching their sound off. Once I rebooted everything and I plugged this into a different USB port, the sound all straightened out. So that was that issue. But now I've got a camera out. Well, yeah, there'd be, well, wouldn't it be up here? It would be in this scene, it would be below me. But Joyce's camera is not working now. And I didn't have enough time to mess with it because it happened right before I started getting ready to go online. Hey, Dwight, I see is here. Dwight Gurley, welcome in. And if I've missed anybody, please let me know. I like to give everybody their name. Greg, Midsummer Railway. So let's get some trains running, and I'll just babble about what I got to babble about. Jackie just came in, so we'll say hi, Jackie. Little unique today. The theme of today's trains. The theme of today's train show, I guess, is there are no high-speed trains. I guess that's the best way to put it. No high-speed trains. They're all what we call in Germany regional. They're regional trains, commuter trains. So I still have a couple of double-deckers out, but none of my high-speed trains are running. These are all local commuter trains. Also, on the village side of the layout, and it probably doesn't work now, but on all the trains that are going to run through Delmenhorst Station, all the trains are ones that actually stop in Delmenhorst. That's not always the case when I'm running my trains. IC3s do go to Delmenhorst, and IC2s go to Delmenhorst, but like the Railjet does not go. But, so I'll try to catch them as they go through cameras and let you see what we're doing. Yeah, that doesn't, this is the old main camera. So this is the original 8 cameras. The 9th camera is not working today. I don't know if it burned out. It was a Nexigo. Yeah, Greg, that's kind of true, although this is number 75 of live streams, plus a few other unannounced ones that I don't count as official insider-outsider or outsider-insider. And usually I don't have snafus. Now, having said that, I've jinxed myself today, I assume. But, so let's try to catch the trains I'm running. But also, I'm running one of my little guys, my little Nordwestbahn, my little diesel DMUs, as some people call them. Let's just catch them in the 11 lane. That might be the easiest. So Alex is running, and the metronome is running. You see them there. The red diesel Regiobahn in the background is there. I'm running everybody at slower speeds today, so you might have a better chance of seeing them. Come around the corner, you're going to see my Regio 4412, which is an actual train that runs, right here, being pulled by 146-2. Ah, there you see everybody. There's that little diesel unit that's getting a chance to run the whole layout. Instead of just running little loops, he's running the whole circuit today. So, which guy do I want to bump up? This guy. Let's get him a little faster. They are, after all, Regios and not funeral trains. And then we've got the old double-decker Regio Bahn here, which is RE4411. That runs from Norddeutsche in northwest Germany to Bremen and back. The 4411. I have ridden the 4411 probably more than any particular train in Germany. So yes, Tim, the little guy is definitely stretching his legs. He has not run these big loops. I think he's done it once since I had this particular track arrangement going. I should go to the DB4 camera here. That is not the DB4. That's because I didn't click on it. Ah, there it goes. How am I feeling with that angle? Let's pop that angle around just a bit. There's the little diesel guy getting a chance to strut his stuff. We're going to let him kick up speed just a little bit. So when Joyce comes down, she's going to have to share a camera. No, Ian, I have not given up on the Fowler car system. I meant to start work on it in July, but other things came up, and I've been messing around with some other aspects of my layout, and so I haven't gotten to it yet. But I am planning on working on the Fowler car and getting it up and running again. I mean, technically it works. I just want to get all the bus stops and everything working. But I took out the wiring. No, sorry, Leslie, no steam today. No steam. When I run steam, it's a very special occasion, one way or the other. But I'm running all modern era regional traffic, so it's all slow traffic. No high-speed guys going through. But the Fowler car system, technically I can still run it. I can go put a couple of cars on it right now and just have them run a couple of loops around the main outline. The turnouts are not wired. Actually, I'm replacing the motors. So I've gone in and disconnected all the wiring. I just need to replace the motors and rewire it. Now, I could get off my duff and do that this weekend, but every time I set a date aside and say, okay, tomorrow for sure I'm going to do it, literally something comes up. Whether it's my wife's brother, I have to run over there, or Joyce and I have to run over there and do something. And then there are other days I'm doing something else. But yeah, so I've been gluing these all together. I need to put one more together. But these are my little self-designed up and down shops. I want to get these all together in one piece. Then I'm going to prime them and then paint them in the appropriate color schemes. And then I will make the signage. Actually, I have the signage ready to go. I just have to print it up. And then I have to put the glass inside the store doors. Some of those I'll probably have to custom build. But it is what it is. I also have to, because my printer continues to print with a little bit of a slant. Maybe I'll go to the large camera here. And you can see there is a bit of a gap here, which should not be there. And that's partly because these pieces bend up a bit, and this piece bends in a bit. I'm going to fill that with putty, with epoxy putty. You know, some people call it green stuff. I've got the blue and yellow putty tape. There you go. My blue and yellow putty tape. And I will fill that in, or I just may use spackling paste. I'll fill those gaps in, sand it down, and then it'll look just like pure clean walls when I prime it and paint it. The ICE4, the last update, and I've been giving Märklin some lip, and an executive from Märklin, somebody from American's official webpage and YouTube page contacted me and said they should be hitting the shops in the next week. Next week or so, and then to the general public in mid-August. That is the latest update on the ICE4 again. But on their Facebook page, they just announced 3 trains. They just announced, hey, we're building this. Hey, this is new. We didn't announce this for summer release. We didn't announce this for the year release. But we've got the special train we're releasing, and it'll be in the shops by the end of August. And every time they announce a train that wasn't announced, I comment on them. And yet, the ICE4 is still delayed again. And finally, somebody from Maryland said, it's coming. And I type back, you've been saying that for a year. And somebody just said, we've already got them out. They should be in the shops. Now, they won't go into details what the various delays are. In fact, I got word this week from my guy that's working on my ICE2 and ICE1. The ICE1 and 2s that I sent him 3 months ago to be upgraded. This was voluntary. I sent him, he's cleaning them all up, replacing some parts because one was damaged in a fall at school, and the other one I inherited in good shape. I don't want to sound... it was in good shape. It just really needed fine-tuned and cleaned up in a way I couldn't do it, and I wanted it pimped out. And anyhow, he says the reason it's taking so long is that he just got the chips in. He was putting ESU lock sound decoder and sound chips in it. And he says, do you remember that Suez Canal debacle a while back? And I said, yeah. He says, that's where your chips were. And then they had to go through impounding and customs. I finally got your chips in this week. And that was the end of last week. So, yeah, you should be getting your other ICEs back soon. I did try to break my ICE3 this week because some knucklehead forgot to close a turnout when he was moving trains around for this show. I did that Tuesday. Fortunately, it was just the little guy, the little diesel guy, changed lanes and hit him. Hey, there's Kieran. Yeah, I have heard something about that. Maryland just opened in Göppingen, Germany. That's their headquarters outside of Stuttgart, about 10 miles outside of Stuttgart. Their headquarters is a little town called Göppingen. And they also have a factory there, and they produce about 1/3 of their product there, maybe half. They've just finally opened their brand new Maryland display thing called the Marylandeum. And their new store, museum, the Maryland Museum, and their big new display opened a couple of weeks ago finally. It's been delayed. So now that's running. And so last week they broke ground, and now they're building a big giant G-scale layout to celebrate LGB. So there's going to be an LGB G-scale layout in an expansion to this building down in Göppingen. So eventually it's going to, well, it's not going to rival Miniature Wonderland, but it's got a large HO scale display, a small N scale layout. Is that redundant saying small and N scale? And now they're going to have a big G scale building with a G scale layout. Sorry, I'm messing with something here. So that's all the news of my train world. I do have a new video today. I wanted to send it to the person it involves. Unfortunately, it was too big a file to send. So I'll be showing that in about 20 minutes or so. I do have a new video. It's probably my weakest effort at a video. I think the song's okay. I just think the video could have been better, but I was rushing to get it done for this week. And that's when I should not rush it and just say, okay, I'll play it next week when I'm rushing. But we just had some things come up, so I didn't get Joyce doing the vocals until, normally Joyce does her vocals. If I've got a video coming out, she does them Tuesday or Wednesday at the latest. I didn't get her vocals in until yesterday because things kept coming up, and this is the first video, this is the first song I've written, well, second song I've written that specifically is about somebody in the railway community. Now, I did a song called Everard Junction, and Everard Junction is somebody in the railway community, but that song's not about Everard Junction. You know, I always wanted to make that clear. It's not about him. It is about fanboyism, even in the model train world. It's about the guy that's all geeked out and writes these big long letters to a big YouTube channel and, you know, gosh, you're the greatest and I'd really love to meet you and could you tell me how you did that technique and blah, blah, blah. And nothing wrong with that, mind you. Hey, Jean-Ricard, how are you? Welcome, DB Tech. I need your address so I can send you cash. DB Tech. We gotta knight you too. I now declare you a knight of the rhomboid table. There, you're now knighted. So, anyhow, the trains that are running, let's go up station view. This is a Regio double-decker, as we call them in German, Doppelstock, short for Doppelstock, 2 floors, double floor. And then coming right behind it, well, there's the Doppelstock. The other one is a old Regio. I'll catch that coming around on the DB4 cam. This is, the locomotive is a 146-2, which is one of the mainstays. And then this is a single deck. This is probably the first train I ever rode in Germany was a single-decker Regiobahn. But this particular train is modeled on a train that I, Joyce, and my students rode all the time. The RE, Regional Express 4411, whose route is Noorddijk-Molen to Bremen and sometimes on to Hanover. It's it always stopped at Delmenhorst at 8:54 a.m. and we always got on with our daily pass tickets, which technically weren't valid until 9 o'clock. Always hoped that there wasn't one of the Zollamts, as they were called, the ticket checkers, who would come by and say, tickets, and we'd put it up. And the one time they did come by, he pleaded ignorance, and I said, oh, I forgot. Oh, that's right, duh, hey, DB, it's on the envelope. Yeah, it's on the envelope, never mind. Sorry, I'm just totally dull right now. Brain fart. It is on the envelope, duh. As long as Joyce hasn't thrown it away, should be good. And then I have the 2 diesel. Those are officially called Lint Class 648, these little diesel guys. And the ones going in the station, maybe I can get the camera up there. So that little guy is called a Lint class, the L-I-N-T, just like what you find in your belly button. So he should be coming around there. as well as this single decker coming here. And those run usually in groups of 3. Nobody there either. Oh, he's coming around. Those tend to run in groups of 3. Now, in smaller birds, I've seen the red ones, the German DB ones, run in groups of 2 in smaller regions. But the Nordwestbahns always run in groups of 3. So you'd have 2 more of those. Unfortunately, I just can't find any dummy units of them. And then we have the Alex in the back. Again, Alex basically handles traffic between the town of Horn, which is basically on the border between the Czech Republic and the German state of Bavaria, into Munich. That's one half of their lines, and then the other half is Munich towards the southwest, towards the towns of Füssen, which is where the famous fairy tale castle Neuschwanstein is. But basically, it's traffic, regional traffic, centered on Munich. It's a private company. Hello, Alan. How are you, sir? Welcome in to another Friday. I hope you are well. So that was my theme today. I'm running all regional commuter trains, so they're all slow trains, no high speed. And the 3 trains that I do have running are trains that that run the full circuit, are trains that actually stop at the town of Delmenhorst. Of all the trains I own, let's go back to the minicam there. I think scene 2 is a good one. Of all the trains I own, I think only 5 of them actually stop in Delmenhorst or run through Delmenhorst. Well, 6 if you count the freight train. The 2 red Regios, the single decker and the double decker. You see the double decker in the... I hate mirrors. That one. And there's the single decker going now. So the 2 red Regio bonds, the ICEs, okay, so actually that's ICE 1, 2, 3, and eventually the 4. So that's actually 3 trains when I say 1. All my ICEs. The IC 2 runs and the IC runs. So that's, and then the Nordwestbahn. So that's 6. So 6 trains run through Delmenhorst out of my 24 trains. Now, actually, out of 24, I got to add the 2 ICs, so 2 ICEs. So that makes 8. So only about a third of my trains actually stop at Delmenhorst. The rest of my trains don't. The metronome doesn't go to Delmenhorst. When we ride the metronome, we pick it up in Bremen. We go from Delmenhorst to Bremen, and then Bremen up to Hamburg, because the metronome handles is a private company that handles traffic in and out of Hamburg. Hey, St. Mary's is here. Hello, Stuart. Hope you're well. Okay, so anyhow, a couple of things I wanted to babble about. One of them, do I want to call it a rant? We all have been there. Well, I shouldn't say we all have. But certain people, for whatever reason, all of a sudden, it comes on, and I don't know if they can do it. One of the first channels I joined, I think the young man was 17 when I joined his channel, close to 3 years ago. He was one of the first channels I joined when I started joining YouTube channels, and expanded out of my German Märklin stuff and started finding... I can tell you the first English-speaking train channel I joined was Will at IC82. And then from there, I quickly picked up on Sam's Trains. And then New Junction was the big one. From New Junction, I linked to Alan at Dragon Junction and Matt Slade at, oh God, I just totally went lost. Jubilee Jubilee Road. And just a myriad of people I joined real fast. But Thomas is his name. I think I saw he was in here. His train table, or his YouTube channel, is called St. Peter's Layout. I'm going to have to go back and look. It's St. Peter's, but St. Peter's Layout. And I mean, I could pop in, well, all of you could pop in, but I could go to UBTube here and find it real fast and get the link. There we go. Whoops. That didn't work right. That looks better. Okay, so anyhow, there's his link. I think Thomas is 20, or maybe he's finally hit 21, but he was a young lad when I joined him. And he was building a layout by himself, originally in his house, in a loft. And then they built a shed. And he runs a lot of GWR. He was the first site where I saw the GWR Class 800s and fell in love with them. That gorgeous forest green. They look very similar to the Pendolinos and the ICE2s that I love so much. Although I love ICE3s more. And it just, I don't know why it gets to me. Maybe some days I'm just in the mood to be upset. But he posted, it was like a 25-minute video. And all he did was show, it was train spotting from April to whenever. He just put up a 25-minute video. It's just trains. And it's cool video of trains. And he got a crap load of trolls and dislikes. And I think even a few negative comments that just had no business being there. When all you did was film some trains and some nice video. Okay, it's not David Jones at Cottonmore drone 4K video, okay? But it's a great high definition video of all kinds of trains at some local stations. And he got like 10 dislikes on this? Really? And I know you're all going to say the same thing. You got to ignore the dislikes. You've got to, but, you know, normally he might get one dislike on a video, and the last couple he's getting like 6, 8, 10. And I don't know if somebody on their channel went on a crusade again and said this person offended them, because there are a couple of channels that do that. They get offended by somebody's channel and call them out publicly, which violates rule number 3 on my set of rules. And he's just getting all this, you know, we call them trolls, right? And it's just ridiculous. Now, he's got almost as many subscribers as I have, which, his channel grew big, but all of a sudden, so I don't get it. And again, but the thing is, and I don't want to get into business, but many people on YouTube, and it's a dangerous business, we suffer from depression, manic depression. No matter how great people think you have your life, you can suffer from manic depression. Other things, and so little things can bother you more than they would bother the ordinary person. And, you know, Thomas is just getting hounded like this, and it's just ridiculous. And we have to, I think as a community, we can't be on the sidelines about it anymore. When somebody goes after somebody, I think we have to rally around those people. And so I guess I picked to rally around Thomas today, because that's BS. There's nothing in his videos that I know he's done that people should be given that many. Hey, Peter, speaking of Peter Zornica is here. Moreland Model Road Andy is here. Sorry guys, I'm ranting on behalf of somebody I care about, because I talk to Thomas a lot on Facebook. Not as much as I used to, because when I was talking to him, he was in school. and doing training for stuff, and he had a lot more free time. But now he's got a job and training, I forget exactly what he does, but he actually works in connection with the railway industry. And so I don't talk to him as much, but I just have seen his last couple of videos, just people jumping on the dislike button, and maybe it's some friends of his clowning. I don't know, but I don't know. We gotta support in a positive way each other. I hate to sound like one of those new age parents. I don't believe in participation medals or that crap, but I also don't believe on people being bullied or picked on, especially when it's a young guy doing his stuff. So that's my rant. I apologize if it chased a few of you off. Hey, I got to 30 today. Cool. If you're just coming in, sadly, one of my cameras did die today for some reason. I might just have to reload it. I unplugged it and tried to reload it before my live stream started. I was a couple of minutes late getting my live stream going, see if I could fix the camera. It may just be it's an El Cheapo that burned out. When I did a test of the stream the other day, they were all working, but he's not working today. That's the one Joyce uses. So when Joyce comes in, she's either not going to have a camera or she's going to have to share space. But yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to give a shout out when that person's channel is as big as mine. I mean, I would say out of he's got 800 and some, I've got 800 and some, and I'd say we probably share about 400 to 500 of the same subscribers. And my Maryland fans aren't going to go over there and give dislikes. So, and that ties into, if anybody saw Sparky's live stream, he went a bit longer than he normally does, and I left a little bit before the end because somebody else's channel I like, Mike McCarville, started on, and I wound up being called up on his show, and I took over his show so I feel like I've already done my 2-hour live stream. But anyhow, Sparky was talking about burning out and losing your mojo, which we all do. But I don't think anything can cause you to lose your mojo faster than when people come down heavy on you on YouTube, if you're on YouTube. And I know, and I don't want to name names, but I know there are people in here that got really just hurt by the personal attacks. I know Tim Wells started a channel for Tim Wells of Tim's Trains and Modeling Adventures. I can't keep up with all his name changes anymore. Tim Wells, the photographer, who is an awesome guy. This is a guy, I can't see how anybody in the world would ever dislike that gentleman. He's a nice guy. Now, maybe privately he's a serial killer and has bodies buried all over the Isle of Wight, but online he comes across as nothing but a genuinely nice guy. But he started a channel for Rosie, his wife, and they also had a show they would do, and all of a sudden Rosie and his kids are getting picked on. People are making fun of Rosie and his kids. And Tim's kids, if you don't know, are special needs. And there has to be a line. And no matter how tough you are, those kind of attacks can hurt you. They hurt the person you love. And again, you can insult me all you want, but if people started taking shots at Joyce, this would be over really fast. I mean, first of all, Joyce might come online real quick and cuss a few people out if they left names behind their comments. And Lord knows I've gotten a crap load of comments, but usually I feel I deserve them, you know. Sometimes they're stupid. Your singing sucks! And I'm like, I know. That song wasn't funny. I thought it was. But that can burn you out faster than anything. We all lose our mojo. I told you, my follower car killed my mojo really fast. But it was also in conjunction with, I injured my back severely, was in therapy for 5 months, and I couldn't sit down here. And every time I came down here, I looked at the Fowler car disaster and just didn't want to do it. But then I realized I was really missing my trains. Yeah, Andy, and anybody who dislikes your videos is just a demon from hell. I mean, seriously, everybody that comes on my show, except for one, is an awesome person and should never have a dislike. Now, we know there are trolls. They go around, beep, beep. But, you know, you might get one or two. You know, and sometimes, let's be honest, sometimes when we're making YouTube videos, we invite it. When I'll start with the simple one. When I put a video out with me singing on it, any dislike, any negative comment, I deserve. I know my singing sucks. I don't want to sing, but if Joyce isn't up to it, I'm the only other option. So I invite that criticism. You know what I'm saying? I invite that criticism. If I'm a pro and I come out and say, this is how you should do this, and if you don't do it this way, you're doing it wrong, then I'm inviting criticism because there's no one way to do it all. You're inviting criticism at some points. And you might get one or two dislikes. You can argue that. But when all of a sudden it's 5, 6, 7, 8 dislikes on a video, and somebody's going through and doing them all, yes, maybe it's still a troll, but it cuts much deeper for those people. Hey, Luma. How are you? And some people did leave YouTube. Sometimes there's misunderstandings. That's why you always got to be careful. That's why I say don't even talk about other channels unless you're being positive. Don't talk what somebody else did in their channel unless you're being positive. You know, hey, Sparky did this video the other day and I thought it was kind of stupid. Well, fine. You don't need to talk about it on your show. Sparky did a video I thought was interesting. People brought up points. You can even say, hey, they talked about this on somebody's show, but they didn't talk about this aspect, and I wanted to talk about this aspect. But, you know, going after somebody, and again, you don't know. Now, the flip side of that is, hey, you went on YouTube. You got to expect it. Sorry, he's not here. You went on YouTube. You got to expect it. That's actually more my Jersey accent. You know, these babblers, they're going to mess with you. You might as well take it. Toughen up, sweetheart. Well, you know, toughen up is easier said sometimes than done. And some of us can be big, intimidating guys. And we can pretend a lot of stuff doesn't hurt us. But eventually the negative comments can get to you. And you're always going to have some negative comments. I'm not some, well, I'm a bleeding heart, but I'm not ignorant. You're always going to have that. But, you know, when you see a mass spike, 6, 7, 8 criticism or thumbs downs, that's somebody's coming after you or they're getting their friends. Now, again, maybe you pissed off somebody at work. Maybe, but again, so part of it is, what can I personally do about it? Nothing, other than I have gone on people's channels, and when I see somebody posting negative stuff, I've gone on and said, why are you calling them out like this? Why are you saying this? Why are you saying this about these people? Sadly, I actually did that once about with somebody on Alan at Dragon Junction, his previous incarnation, Mach 1. Somebody said something negative about a group of people, and I came in there and probably shouldn't have, but it's like, whoa, back off. Don't go there. Yes, Stuart is, I know a lot of you are, I'm always in a state of not doing anything, but Stuart over at St. Mary's has, it shocked me. I missed it in a video or something, although I swear I watch every video. One day I'm watching his layout and I'm typing in, wow, Stuart, your layout is so cool. I love the double layer you have here and the angle you show the camera here. And the next video he puts up and he's ripped out this whole section and I'm like, Stuart, what are you doing, you maniac? Why would you rip that out? And then, of course, in the video saying, I was having a problem here. I was like, I didn't see no problems. Your trains look beautiful going across. But he had a problem that he wanted fixed. And all of a sudden, it's a whole, what is it, a 10-foot section, 8-foot section that you ripped out, Stuart? And I'm just staring at you going, you maniac! How could you rip that out? Yeah, Ed Jean Ricard, I understand that. There will be people who disagree with you. But what prompted this, and I don't think you'd come in, is like somebody, a young friend of mine from the UK, all he did was post a couple of videos of train spotting. And he just got a ton of dislikes, more than normal. And when you see spikes like that, that's people coming at you. And that's kind of what prompted it. Yes, we could say you just have to ignore it. And yes, when you put yourself out here like I do, you risk the negative commentary. When I make my songs, when I make my videos, when I make my cartoons, I'm putting myself out there and I'm running and I'm inviting criticism. Okay? I was talking to Mike McCarville on his live stream and he mentioned how he loves my Matt Clark show. And he says his wife just goes, it's not funny. She's like, why do you laugh at that? It's not funny. And so if she types on my board, says, it's not funny, I'm going to say, okay. People are free to disagree. We are free to disagree with each other. But there's a difference between disagreeing with somebody and harassing somebody. Especially when there doesn't seem to be. Like again, if you're going to give something a thumbs down, have the temerity, have the bravery, then type in the comment why you gave it a thumbs down. I thought the camera angles were very blurry and I didn't like it. You know, if you're going to give it a thumbs down, I'm going to go NC-17 here for a minute. Cover your ears. Your channel name shouldn't matter, Thomas. Your channel name should not matter. You know, the video says train spotting. Okay? So, if I see St. Peter's Layout, if I get my notification, St. Peter's Layout has put another video up, and let's say I detest train spotting videos. I really do. Leslie makes me sick. No, that's all a joke, kids. Then I don't watch it. See how easy that is? Hey, I thought he was putting up a video about his layout. He's doing a train spotting video. I don't like train spotting videos. Dislike. That's a waste of time. Oh, it's a train spotting video. I shall ignore it because I don't like train spotting videos. But to go NC-17, there's a phrase that I may offend some of you with. But when somebody like me is whining or, in this case, defending somebody about negative commentary, we always say, toughen up, you know, grow some balls and put up with it. Or I almost said, hey, if you got a problem with somebody's video, have some balls and put it in. I think saying have balls is a negative. Balls are weak, sensitive, and even the thought of them getting misused makes us cringe. Okay? You watch a Benny Hill skit where he falls on the bike pole. Ooh! We all cross our legs at that. Ooh! You know. No. Balls aren't tough. Now, in America and maybe elsewhere, we refer to men who are being weak and whiny as a female body part. Which is the flip side, because that female body part takes a beating, all the things involved, takes a beating and comes right back. Babies and all the other stuff, and comes right back. So maybe we should flip those two words. Well, well, Andy, you've got such a great layout, and you got such a great personality on your videos when you post them. So it's so there. The parental warning's over. Okay, let me do this for a second. Bing. It all stops. Magic. So yeah, it's there is a bit of maybe we need to be tougher, but at the same time, a lot of YouTube people, what they have in their souls, what they have in their souls before they put out a video it's very tough. It takes a lot of effort and for some people to work up the courage to put up a video. And when a lot of people come at you, it just puts you in that shell again. And we can all tell people, and Thomas is here. I've seen him a few times. And I don't blame YouTube. I've got two issues with YouTube. The whole way they handle copyright, which is by not handling it. And the way everything about, and I don't have a problem. YouTube is capitalist. I get people arguing politics. YouTube is capitalist, okay? They're about making money. They're going to go where the money goes, or at least the immediate view of money. But YouTube's way of dealing with copyright is, well, they claim copyright violation, so we're going to let them make the claim. We're going to block you because they might be right, but we don't litigate and we're not involved. You guys sort it out in court, because sorting it out for ourselves would cost us money with IT people and all that, and we don't want to spend that money. So YouTube is just capitalism. YouTube is pure laissez-faire capitalism. They're going to let you put it up there, but if you want to make money, they're going to find ways to not give you money, because the money they don't give you, they keep for themselves. That's capitalism. They're pure unadulterated capitalism. If you're pro-capitalism, you shouldn't have a problem with YouTube's standard and practices. Even if you say, oh, they're banning these people for their political views. Probably not. They usually ban because somebody complains. I'm of a certain political persuasion. I've been kicked off Facebook a lot. Suspended from Facebook a lot. Because I went on a line and called somebody a complete and utter moron and a waste of sperm. Or my favorite line, which is, out of 50 billion, you were the one that made it. How sad. And I've been banned for stuff like that. So, they don't have a political viewpoint. They're capitalism, but they also, at the same time, if a bunch of people complain, they're like, all right, it's like your kids. They're all whining and crying. You either give them candy or you send them to the room where you don't have to hear them. It's capitalism. They go where the money is. But having said that, the reason I stopped the trains is I'm already a few minutes up. I have a video today, a new song, parody song. I actually wrote the lyrics a long time ago and felt, I don't know if the word uncomfortable is right. I just never got around to making the video, never asked Joyce to sing the lyrics. But I finally did it. It's been there. The reason I'm a little uncomfortable is it is the first official video where I'm actually talking about somebody in the community, somebody I consider a YouTube friend. So I hope with this video, if anything I said in there offends them, they will forgive me. I try not to be mean critical, but I am trying to be funny. And I really wanted their permission, but I couldn't send them the file. I warned them yesterday and today that I did have a video in the works about them. It's definitely not meant to be mocking. It's not derogatory in any way, but I am a little nervous about it. Now, people say, oh, you already did Everard Junction. Well, Everard Junction, the song Everard Junction was not about Everard Junction. It was about Fanboy, the dude that's like, oh my God, this is my favorite channel. It's about mocking that person, not Everard Junction. The only other person I've ever written a song specifically about was Chris, and Chris from Hales Heritage Railway. I made fun of him in his video because one day he was asking a big channel to give him a shout out, and I just made a joke of it. I made a video for it, but YouTube, the people who own the Beatles, blocked it immediately. So that's why if you ever go to my parody song list, there's 1, 3, because 2 got yanked. Now, I got copyright claims on just about every one of my live feeds and all my parody songs and all the Matt Clark stuff. I got copyright claims because even the theme song for Matt Clark is copyrighted to somebody else. So I don't worry about copyright claims. Copyright strikes is a bigger deal. But copyright claims, every one of my videos, I would, even if I got to 1,000, I could never monetize because everything I do, somebody else owns. The only thing I own is the lyrics I wrote. So anyhow, I babbled enough. Here is the new song. I hope you guys are ready. And so let me set up. Lee, the song is about you and Jackie. This song is called Anfield Road. It is done to the tune of Penny Lane. I actually started writing a song about Lee a long time ago, but our friend Dave Williams, who hasn't been around on the internet in a long time, started writing. He did a quick parody song of it, and I was actually kind of mad. I was like, I was writing that song in that stream that day, and then you went home and wrote your own version. You know, you kind of stole my idea. He didn't steal my idea, but he did the same song I was doing in Lee's stream. And so I started writing this one, and then I just never finished it. So now this also is a little worrisome because, you know, a lot of people may not know Lee. So some of the jokes and references may get lost. But anyhow, here is Anfield Road. Oh, no, that's not Anfield Road. I'm sorry. This one is Anfield Road. Hello, David Cook.
Hello, this is Anfield Road, layout in the loft. I'm just doing a little...
Anfield Road, there is a fellow building his layout. Upon some boards he has the pleasure to find. And though his technique might just blow your mind, he gets on very fine. On his layout he was busy with his swizzle sticks. Now track work cleaning is on hand for him today. And though he thinks he has it done okay, he shorts another train. Very strange. Anfield Road is in the loft and on YouTube. There his hammer face beneath his roof. He sits and meanwhile back in the corner of his attic he is hot and warm. His lady Jackie threatens him from down below. And though he seems to feel he's safe at home, he maybe isn't though. Anfield Road is in the loft and on YouTube. Full of pins and floppy glue in summer. Meanwhile, up in his loft he's making fencing for a cattle yard. His lady Jackie's making poppies for a sight. And though she says that she will go on strike, you know she does alright. At Anfield Road we see that Lee has put a sticker on. We hear his Jackie telling him to come right down. And though he's got plenty jack around, he rarely runs his trains. Very strange. Anfield Road is in the loft and on YouTube. He built his beds for me and you. We sit and watch it. Anfield Road is in the loft forevermore. His live streams last 3 hours or more. Anfield Road.
So there you go, Lee and Jackie. It's a little weird doing a video about a specific channel, especially, let's say, smaller channel like mine, where Lee just posted his channel link up. All of you, always feel free, advertise your channel. I know most live streams and that don't want you advertising your channel, but advertise your channel, somebody else's channel, if it's train related or comedy topic today related. I tried to get a line about feeding the dog, Lee, but the best I could do to fit the rhyme scheme and pattern was that she calls you down. And if you like the video, if I post it separately like I usually do, you can go to ClipGrab or some other program that lets you grab YouTube videos and download it and keep it for yourself. The video was rushed though. I had specific things I wanted to do, but unfortunately, Lee, you've got more videos than me up, and I'd hate to have to surf through mine, but I know what's in mine. I was trying to go back, hey, where's that one where he did this? And I tried to go back to some of your early videos and just try to find a couple of pictures of you using the hammer, and I kept missing. I really wanted a picture of you with that hammer going. But you know, the thing is, we sometimes always do something, we all do something stupid. We're humans, and I love humans. I think we're the awesomest thing on earth. And I know when you watch 24/7 news, you see all the negative stuff because that's what sells. Again, they sell the bad news because as much as we want to complain, the fact is we're the ones who tune in. You know? 20 people petting their dogs today. Film at 11. Pfft, I ain't watching that. Massive car crash with 40 dead. You're like, oh, I got to see that video. You know, we are to blame. Sometimes we are to blame for ourselves. But overall, 95% of people today did nothing bad. They loved their family. They wrote a nice note. They went to work and did their job, or stayed at home and did their job, or stayed at home and played video games. But you know, they did something cool. Jackie, unfortunately, I can't. It's too big a file. It's a 150 megabyte file, and YouTube is 25 megabytes. So it's too big. The best thing I can tell you to do, it's trustworthy, it's free. It's called ClipGrab. ClipGrab. It's a free download. He does ask for a donation, and I've given him donations. But it's a free download, and all you have to do is copy and paste any YouTube URL video, and it downloads it for you. Except for like YouTube movies, you know, specific shows, but all the videos can do it. Yeah. Hey, Andy T is here. How are you, Andy T? But see, that was the funny thing, because when I did the Everard Junction song, immediately a guy from another big channel asked me, well, you did a song about him, bet you can't do a song about me, would you do a song about me? And it's like, the song's really not about him, and I don't just do, you know, the Lee video, the only reason I did Lee is because we were making a joke, and I started making a joke song in the channel. I think it was Chris's old summer show from last year, his 1 hour show, morning show last year. And I would watch Tim and then Chris. And we would always joke around because we had a small core group of people in Chris's chat, and somebody made a joke about Lee and his hammer, and of course Lee's hammer was notorious among many YouTube channels, and I started doing Queen's Hammer to Fall, except it was Lee's Hammer to Fall, and then I did like a quick stanza or two about it. Dave Williams went home and did a whole recording, and by the way, Dave Williams has a much better voice than mine. Of course, a woodchuck in heat has a better voice than me. A pissed off woodchuck in heat on a vibrating machine has a better singing voice than I have. But be that as it may, yeah, the ICE3 is parked today. Volvis. If that is indeed. We got a night chew. I now declare you a night chew. The ICE3 is parked today. I actually have a theme. I've been doing little themes for my live streams lately. The theme for this week was all regional, no high-speed trains. And then the backup theme is that all the trains going into Delmenhorst, which video camera is that way, the 3 Delmenhorst cameras. Above me and that way. I can't handle it. I look at my reflection here, and it's the one camera that's mirrored, and that's the one camera I got on me. I keep trying to change the settings so that it's opposite me, which actually I'm so used to doing. You'd think mirror would make it easier. No, mirrored where my left hand is my image's left hand is just drives me crazy. I need it. Anyhow. But anyhow, it's... all right, Simo, thanks for stopping by. Really appreciate all you. But anyhow, so yeah, the IC3 is parked today. What's my favorite train? 2 of them. Maybe 3. You know, it's not as hard. You know, people say, who's your favorite child? Oh, my child. Who's your favorite student? I love all my students equally. My favorite trains, I love the Railjet and the ICE3. And then whatever train is newest. For example, I love those 2 Rheingold steamers I picked up at Christmas. I'm not a steam train guy, but now I have 2 mother freaking steam trains because I got guilted into it by you people and bought a couple. But I love them. I think they're beautiful. I love the way they look. But in reality, both in person and on my layout, my ICE3 and my Austrian Railjet, neither on the layout today. Those are my favorites. But then the IC2, that's the double-decker white one, which is also not running today, is special because that's a complete model of a train Joyce and I actually rode. The locomotive and the cars are the exact ones Joyce and I rode in 2017. So that is the one model train that is the exact train we rode on. Joyce and I were much smaller then. Well, I'm not going to Milton Keynes in October. If I were in the UK, I would love to go, but I won't be there. Feel free to make a song about your channel. And that's the thing about songs is I managed to have a backlog of them because I was not going to do song videos while I was working on Matt Clark. But every now and then, a joke lyric comes to me. A joke lyric, and I will sit down and see if I can build it into a song. Now, if you watch the Matt Clark series, there's a couple of joke songs in there that aren't train songs anyhow. But I love Rusty Springer. I've got my Rusty Springer shirt on today. I love Rusty Springer's version of Cocaine. Or actually, it should have been called Cow Cane. It was supposed to be called Cowcane, but I typed in cocaine. Hey, Rule 1 Model Railways is here. Nick, awesome of you to be here, sir. But yeah, I got my Rusty Twanger shirt on. Randall Ellison, I think, also got a Rusty Twanger shirt. Yeah, Rusty Twanger's version of cocaine is just, I love it. That's one of my, I should take it out and set it up as, well, actually I did set it up as a parody. I didn't put it on the parody song list, but I did put it out separately as a video. You've got Genesis. Is Genesis touring? Moreland Andy, is Genesis touring? Did Phil Collins come back? I'm one of those fighters. I like a lot of songs Genesis did after Pete left the band, but I still prefer Genesis with Pete in the band. And I like more of Pete's solo work during the time of Genesis. And I also can't stand anything Phil Collins has done outside of Genesis. I'm not a Phil Collins fan. Let the Fighting Begin. Speaking of fighting, I've been telling you a lie. I said that this song about Lee is the only song I've specifically written about a channel. It's the only song I've made a video about that I have written about a channel. And the one I wrote about a channel, you would not know I wrote it about a channel, but I had a very specific channel in mind, and it is a very mean song. Funny, but mean. And I don't know if I'll ever have the courage to record it because, first of all, it's in a power rock song voice that neither Joyce can reach, and she can reach some power rock, but I definitely can't. Yeah, I saw Dusty from ZZ Top passed away. All the great bands are getting old. I mean, the two surviving Beatles, one's 81 and the other one's 79. The Stones, the Who, the ones that are still alive. Well, the Stones never were alive. They were zombies to begin with. Don't even. All right, well, I think I want to adjust that. Be back in a second. Less background, more foreground. That's what it's about. There we go. You can even see my computer screen there now, but there, that makes me happier. And by the way, an early happy, I think it's early happy birthday to Alan. I think you said it's tomorrow. Mr. Wiles of Dragon Junction, you have a birthday tomorrow. Turning a naughty age, from what I understand. I should just mess with Joyce when she comes down and not tell her camera's out. I like that view. Anybody else got birthdays this week? Happy birthday to everybody. I just know somebody in an earlier live stream today announced their birthday, and I think it was Bernard C. And there's that guy coming down, that little guy. Yep, that's the camera that's out. Sorry. There we go. I don't show that view enough, so maybe I'll pop that view on. You can see the end of my little grass mat experiment right there too, can't you? But look, there's grass on my layout. I had to put that grass on my layout because it just wasn't doing anything smoking it. Yeah, Alan, your little trip, which was awesome. I love the video and the tour. That would have been my birthday. My wife would have said, that was your birthday. You're done. There are no more gifts. Here you can see going up the ramp. And in fact, we can do it real quick. Coming up the ramp. Why not? We got a twofer of Regios, the single decker and the double decker. Regio. Yeah, yes, Joseph, I meant to mention that. Yeah, Miraklin and Pico, because this is one of the things where I got a Miraklin exec to yell at me. Well, not a Miraklin exec. Somebody from Miraklin on their Facebook page yelled at me politely. I meant to grab a picture of it and I didn't. I mean, I probably could pull up my computer screen here real fast, but I don't know. Yeah, Miraklin and Pico have gone together. The two big German companies, Miraklin and Pico. And they've taken a German locomotive, a 218, and they've painted's the wrong word, they just put vinyl appliques on them. They've taken this big diesel unit, a BR-218, class 218, this big one. That's one of their biggest diesels, is the 218. And they, Miraklin and Pico, who are technically rivals, to raise money for flood victims, agreed to a mutual paint job. So an actual loco that's running in and out of the city of Cottbus in southeastern Germany, or south central Germany, southeast central Germany. Straight south of Berlin is Cottbus. So one half of the locomotive is in a Pico design, and the other half of the locomotive is in a Miraklin design, but the real loco is done like this, and then they're each selling models. And what started it is Miraklin just announced they're releasing this model. I mean, they just announced this week This model will be we're putting out this model, and they said it will be in shops by the end of August. And I very cold-heartedly said, I said it with a smiley face, saying don't take it seriously. But I said, and yet you've just announced it and it'll be in the shops in August. And yet we're still waiting a year and a half for the ICE4. They did not like that comment. Maybe I was a little too mean. I understand it was flood relief and all that. But, I put smiley faces on it. It wasn't meant to be too serious. But, yeah, they came back with, the ICE4 will be out. So, oh well. If you put it out there, expect to get the dirt kicked back. So yeah, Joseph, I already put it on my wish list. I did not pre-order it because if it does come out towards the end of August, as they're saying it will, the ICE4 is supposed to be coming out again. Supposed to be, and I've only been saying that for a year and a half now. The ICE4 is coming out sometime between now and the end of August, according to Merklin. And I've only got room for one train in the budget right now, and that's the ICE4. I just, if it's available in the fall when I restock my train money stock, when I rebuild it up, then I'll drive it. And they've got it at a good price. I think I can get it for the equivalent of $250 American dollars, which for a Class 218 locomotive with all the functions it's going to have, $250 is a good price. Normally I would have expected, well actually its list price is going to be 300 euros. Normally I would have expected it closer to 350, 400 euros. And they're releasing it at about 289, 299 manufacturer retail price. And my shop tells me I can get it for about 220 euros. They didn't say which August. Indeed. Point to Moreland Model Railway, Andy. Well, just keep doing your thing. Yes, in some ways, Thomas, we're just going to tell you, you got to block it out. But I understand there you had a couple of videos where it just got spiky on. And again, too bad. They were very good train spotting videos. And if they don't like train spotting videos, they can kiss your butt and go somewhere else. But they didn't. They decided to be negative. And I try to watch, I love to watch Leslie's and a couple other people's train spotting videos because Leslie always puts what class it is on it. He always tells me what the train is. So then I can come down to the comment sections and say, wow, I never saw a Class 153. Or, wow, that's a different paint scheme for the 153 than I've seen before. Or as I usually say on Leslie's video, wow, that's a beautiful area to be doing trains. I ignored the freight trains, Leslie. I just watched the scenery in the background and I go, that's so pretty there. What a lucky bastard to be able to live in such a beautiful countryside like that. Where I live in Toledo, we're flat. Toledo is flatter than olive oil laying down. So Leslie, and again, you'll never see me doing a train spotting video. And some of you guys love the freight trains. And Joyce and I we were playing tennis this morning. And for the first time this summer, a train went by while we were playing tennis. And Joyce turns around and says, hey, Anthony, don't you think your YouTube guys would love a video of some of the trains coming through here? And I said, they probably would, but it's a freaking freight train. I ain't filming it. I didn't have my camera or anything on me anyhow. But that's just it. The only train I'd go show would be go to the Amtrak station and try to catch an Amtrak, but I would look up the timetable and say 1 o'clock and then hope that it was somewhere within a 3-hour window of 1 o'clock, because Amtrak in Toledo is notoriously unpredictable. It might be an hour late, it might be an hour early, it might be 4 hours late. You guys have heard me talk about it. Hello, Nancy Mueller and Herb. Another heat wave out there. Oh, we just ended one here, and I know your heat wave out there in British Columbia was a lot worse. That, I mean, not in recorded history has it been that hot in that region. Toledo's had more days over 90, and I know some of you go, 90? We have, you know, Greg, I think, was on here earlier, and he's from Australia. And Australia, parts of Australia, you know, they can get 40 degrees or hotter Celsius in the outback, and 50 degrees in some places. But I'm from Toledo, where when it gets over 80, it tends to get very humid as well. So we have 80, 85 degrees plus 70 to 85 degrees humidity, 70 degree dew point, which is miserable. Joyce is the weather expert. If you ever want to know about weather, when Joyce comes down, ask her, because she likes to mention all the time the weather. Like when I complain about how humid it is, it's not the humidity, it's the dew point. And then I just glare at her, and she, well, it is. Hey, let's put it this way, Thomas and Leslie, and now Kieran, you're mentioning it. If I am subscribed to your channel, I watch what you put up. I don't care what it is, what the topic is. There's a reason I subscribe to your channel. Because I like what you do on your channel, whether it's train spotting or video. Yes, I miss Leslie's Canadian railway layout, but he had to move. He had to take it down and move it. But whether he's putting his layout up or his train spotting up, if Leslie Gilpin has a new video, I watch it. If Ray puts up a new video, I watch it. If Lee puts up a new video, I ask somebody to watch it for me. If Alan puts up a new video, I watch it. Hey, Donegal Dad is here. Is Mark here? You know, now some of you guys, like Mark, does a Thursday live stream, and I've missed the last few because for some reason the last Thursdays I've been out of the house when he's been live streaming. But I missed that. I love to go see what he's doing. But if I'm home and you've got a live stream, I'm watching it. I might be watching 3 at a time. So, and again, you can have a cool layout like Alan, or you can have a randomly thrown together hodgepodge of insanity like my layout, or no layout at all like Will IC82 had. I don't care. I love when you have a great layout. I love when you have a great carpet with a cool train on it. You're educating me. You only know Toledo from playing Railway Tycoon. Well, that's about it. Toledo is famous for nothing you Brits would know about. Lie. Although somebody will correct me. Toledo is the primary home for the Jeep, the World War II vehicle, although it actually started in Pennsylvania. But the Willis family closed it and brought it to Toledo. And so during World War II, some were made in Pennsylvania, some were made. But the World War II Jeep was made in Toledo. Most of them were. And then a lot of the M1 Sherman tanks were made in Lima, Ohio, which is about an hour and a half to 2 hours south of here. Oh, that's right. So, Mark, are you in Bristol now? Or you're in Birmingham now? You were flying... I forget how that worked. You were going to Dublin, I think it was. You were going to Dublin to fly to Bristol or Birmingham and then go to Bristol. I forget exactly how that worked. All right, Thomas, take care. And again, just hang in there. And yes, Tim J.D., we are famous. Klinger was originally from, the actor Jamie Farr is from Toledo. A lot of his family's still here. I knew some of his cousins, nieces, and nephews growing up in Toledo. His sister's family lived just around the corner from us in the house my mother still lives in. So he had family that lived there. Shh! The wife's here. Talk about something else now. Driving up to Birmingham tomorrow. So, yes, it was to Bristol and then to Birmingham. Okay. The memory's not completely gone. See, I've discovered the purpose of hair. Hair was to keep your memories in. Because the balder I've gotten, the memory's gotten worse. When I had my hair, I had a photographic memory. And when I started going bald about 15, 20 years ago, the memory started slowly going too. So there's definitely a scientific connection between baldness and bad memory. That's my theory and I'm sticking to it. All right. Andy, I really appreciate you stopping in today. Thank you very much.
Hi, everybody.
There's a wife here. Go ahead, fix that, adjust it, get yourself on camera. Nope, you can't see it. We'll see if it pops up.
Yeah. What?
It's dead.
What's that?
That camera. It hasn't worked all day.
Okay, then.
See, you should be there.
Yeah, I should be.
I have
It's just
tried.
so frozen, huh?
I have twied and twied
It's
and
okay.
twied. Whoops.
Yeah. Huh? Tom Couples asked wife? Did you tell him I just your girlfriend? Oh, my goodness.
Did I tell people you're my girlfriend?
Yes, your wife, Tom Couples.
Oh, he knows you.
I would think so. Oh, but he might have been referring to something else, so I don't even know.
So let me see if I can bring this up real quick.
There is an Amtrak that does go through Toledo.
Which one is it? No, it's definitely scene 3.
Ooh.
Haha! Hey! You're back! You're back! I got it to work again. I just changed its USB port. You're back! Ta-da! It's Lil, damn it!
It's Lil, damn it! I'm not pulling it up higher. Oh, shoot.
I think it goes...
Oh, yeah, just a little bit. Oh, I understand they see the white clouds.
All right, Ewan, thank you for stopping by. Yeah, see, it decided to work because you show up. That camera likes you. I've heard of people saying the camera likes you, but the camera really likes you. And we can actually move this in here now because it's got a long enough thread. I don't know which way you want to go with it. You want to see the video.
I do.
I can put it this way and have it pointed
Yeah,
at
I'm
you.
just trying to go. Okay. Oh, Jackie, you liked it. I'm glad. Okay, slightly worried about it, but well, Lee liked it, I assume, too. I know he likes the attention. So, the rest of you like the song too, I hope? Right, Chris.
Nancy, if the ICE Amtrak passes through, I don't know. I assume it does because it does run the East Coast route and goes out west.
Yeah.
But I've never seen it.
I mean, all I know is it goes to Chicago. I don't know how far it goes past that.
I just know I can drive to Chicago faster than the train.
Lil did
And
sing
that's what's
that
wrong.
Anfield song. You didn't hear the twang? Sorry.
Do I want to see a real freight train? No, Luma. I don't want to see a real freight train.
Oh, we see freight trains all the time. We had a freight train pass us while we were playing tennis this morning. The first one of the year. There is a track that goes on the north side of it, and yeah, first one we've seen. So I guess we,
Uh-oh.
good.
Once
good.
again,
Lee,
that
I'm
link's
glad
not
you liked
opening.
it.
Oh, he sent it to me anyhow. I stupidly, DB Tech, the guy, David, that I got all the Miracle stuff for. What did I put that? I thought I brought it down. Oh, it's over there. Yeah, I should mention that. Anyhow, he,
Hey, Sean. Sean. Daisy
Yeah, the
says
link's
hi,
there.
Luma.
yeah, and Luma called you Daisy.
Yeah, I got it. I said it on
Okay,
there.
you saw Daisy.
Yeah, let's hit the like button on
You gotta
it.
hit the, Daisy, you gotta get a little saltier for Daisy.
A little sultry. I know. Daisy's tired. Well, we played tennis 2 hours on Wednesday and
Almost 2 hours today.
an hour 52 today. So it was, whoo, it's
She's
been
getting-
a lot.
She's good. Yeah, anyhow, DB Tech, who was in here earlier, I believe his first name's David. First of all, I was being stupid because I told him I need the address and so I could pay him for this. It's on the envelope, duh. So, but then he emailed it to me anyhow. But yeah, I had his address right here. And yes, his name is David.
Yeah,
DB, David.
very
yeah.
nice.
Anyhow, he went
Well, I'm
to
so glad, Jackie.
a local train show. And some guy just had a box of stuff, and I guess he got it for like free or whatever.
I thought they were
Or this was the dumpster
the
dive?
dumpster dive.
Oh, this was a dumpster
yeah, it was
dive.
At the end of the
At the end of the show, they threw it away.
show, people were just throwing all their stuff in the dumpster, so he and his
And
friend went diving.
I forget.
Got quite a few pretty good things out of it.
I forget whom he mentioned, told him about it, but he showed this stuff in a video.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then he contacted me and said, "Hey, this guy told me
Yeah,
you're a
you're
Miraklin
Miraklin,
guy. I've got a
right.
bunch of these old. These are
Okay.
old Miraklin signals."
Nancy, you and Herb take care.
All right.
It's always nice when we get an email. You guys take care of yourselves.
Yes, Nancy, take care. Herb, auf Wiedersehen, tschüss. Grüß Gott.
Oh, send you a kiss.
Anyhow,
It's Lil, damn it, Chris.
let's see, what camera do I
I
want
think
to
I
put this in?
ignored that on somebody else. Maybe not.
Let's go. There we go. Oh wait, wrong camera. I want to go Nexi Solo.
Let's see something.
Yeah, there it is. That just means this main camera. You're off
Yeah.
camera.
I like him. I love him.
But yeah, so he sent me a bunch of these signals in various, states. But he got them for free. I told him I'd pay for shipping easily or give him a few bucks for them, just the heck of it. I don't think they're necessarily era appropriate to my layout, but what the hell? Delmenhorst is stuck back in time anyhow, so I can.
I don't think we have any Delmenhorsters in here.
No, I don't have any. But you got this one here. They're all kind of roped together,
Yeah, they are. Well,
and then another.
wires.
These are the old ones with the big bits now. Now they're small little. But anyhow, another one here. These are just really cool. So this guy needs a little work. They need a little touch-up work, but
yeah, I don't know. I
DB
think they're
saw 'em.
quite useful.
David saw him in a dumpster, grabbed the whole,
Yeah,
just filled a bucket
he
up.
really had a pretty good collection there. Of
He had a
things.
nice So,
Hey, so I'll work on this. I can work on this. I can work on that one. It's like, wow.
but he just had all
here's
that.
a lot of
He
work.
just had all this German stuff, and he said, "If you want, I'll send it to you." And I'm like, "Yeah, why not?" Originally, I was gonna say no, and I was like, "No, never mind." And then
Yeah, might
this
as
little guy,
well. Yeah.
this little guy. So, plus the little old module to control them with.
Yeah, it's definitely worth a look-see.
So yeah, it's definitely worth it. I can fix them
Yeah.
up and put them out somewhere. One thing is I don't even know the lights in Delmenhorst. You know, that's one thing I somewhere along the line. But then again, I'm not running
are
switching
these on
yards.
the train line?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean they're on the line as opposed to like the streets.
Right.
So
Right.
that's on the,
These are on the train lines.
oh
Yeah.
gosh. I have paid attention to the ones in Bremen. I've paid attention to the ones.
You have or haven't?
I have, like out on the
Oh,
Rhine.
okay.
But we stand on a track, in a station, and you're looking down the track and you see them.
You see
I said,
the
like, sometimes I swear they don't make any sense, but it's right.
just a telling
it's
trains
green.
coming one way.
I'm like,
this
yeah,
one's three. This
no,
one's
I'm
yeah.
just not quite sure if it uses.
Oh,
the
hey, how about I turn
type
the
of
trains on
signals.
again? Where we at? But yeah, that camera started working. I'll just have to reset it for all the different ones. But there you go.
Right.
Yeah, that camera's working now.
And the sound's working good today, right, guys?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I
Fixed all
tested the
the-
sound before I went live, but yes, I think
Fix
the
all
sound
the
is
sound
good.
issues from last
All right, hey,
week. Guys.
I didn't tell you my theme for the show today in terms of the trains I'm running. Can you figure it out? Can you figure out the theme today?
Because I'm a street fighter.
Well, that has nothing to do
Not
with it.
that one.
No, not.
Oh, for the trains?
Yeah, like what do the trains I'm running have in common?
They're definitely ones we've been on.
Yes, they're all trains we've been on. Yes.
Because you have some that we haven't.
Well, you haven't been on the rail jet,
I
but
was
we
going
have
to say
one.
they're northern trains, but the Alex is not.
We're playing a game show, kids. Can Joyce guess what my theme for train running today has in common?
So you got 3 of your Regio bombs.
I've got 3 of the red Regio bombs.
Red Regio bombs.
Technically, the metronome is a.
Regio bombs?
Technically, the Alex is a.
Regio bombs. So they're all Regio bombs. Okay. I
Which
get it.
means
It's a Regio bomb day.
no high-speed trains.
Right.
They're all commuters.
Yeah, I noticed you got a pretty.
And we got a fly down here.
You got one of your really little guys on a longer line. Yeah.
Yes, the Nordwestbahn is.
Nordwestbahn's on a long line.
Because all the trains stopping in Delmenhorst are trains that you would see running through Delmenhorst, as
Cool.
opposed to the rail jet or whatever else. So all the
right.
trains.
Ah,
The only one not is the IC2, which actually has the Delmenhorst announcement on it.
I know.
Genre card. They're all German. You say that like it's a bad thing, genre card.
Well, I wasn't going to start there because that's pretty safe. Although what he has is, he does have Austrian and Czech, so.
We've got Austrian and Czech. They're all sitting
Yeah.
down. I could run an all non-German show next week. Could I? Not until I get the Beatles train
yeah,
going.
you got to get
I
it
got to get that Beatles
switched
train going.
over. Yeah. You like the song, David?
No, I think David, you came in later, right? You didn't see the song we did for. I did a song about Lee and Jackie.
And he'll go. He'll put it up separately.
Genre card.
It should get a lot of likes and views, I would think. They're the Belgian flag colors.
It's his favorite. What's the Belgian flag colors?
These are what you got. You got blue, green, and red.
That's not Belgium.
I think that's what you have, right? Blue, green, and red?
Yeah, but that's not Belgium. Belgium is the same colors as the German flag, just different order and different orientation.
Right.
German's horizontal, Belgium's vertical, and then it's different order, but they're both black, red, and yellow or
Did you
gold.
give your shout out?
Yes. Did the talk.
Didn't know if we could do
Yeah, he was here for a while.
Didn't know if we could do the two shout out. You guys should go be nice to him. Be nice
Well,
to him.
should be nice to everybody.
Nice to him. That's super true. Joy was into Joy's.
That camera was his favorite camera. Yeah.
No. I think it was that they're all German.
No. Jean Ricard
Yeah.
said it's the camera with the best picture.
I saw that. but
Right,
we were-
and then I made a comment,
Oh.
and he responded to the comment.
All right.
I was trying to figure out which camera. No, so I was talking about, this was the first song. I was talking about how this was the first song that I specifically wrote about a channel. Because Everard Junction is not about Everard Junction's channel.
Right, it's about wanting to be.
And then I said it's the only song I specifically written about a guy. And then I corrected
Yeah.
myself and said, well, no, technically I did Chris with Chris Needs a Shout Out,
Right.
the Help one, which
The Help.
got banned because it was a Beatles song.
Because it was way too close.
Okay, yeah,
Jackie
so
wants you to play it again.
maybe.
Ready?
Maybe. We've got a request. But anyhow, and then I realized it's not the only song I've written about a YouTube a YouTube channel.
We mentioned a lot of names, but that was Everard Junction too.
Right. No, there is a song we haven't done, we haven't even recorded, that is about a channel, even though it doesn't specifically name the channel.
Yeah, but I don't know who it's about.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, yeah, now you see it, right?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. Yeah, I wrote that at the height of all that BS. I wrote that one at the height of all that BS, and I tried to couch it so that nobody would know who I was writing about, but
Right.
yeah, but now that you know who it's about, it's totally
I can
clear.
see it, but I do not think it will be super obvious.
Right, super obvious.
Well, a few people might figure it out. We got some smart people around here.
All right, they want to. One person wants the song again. All right. Joyce could see it before.
David said he saw it and it was brilliant.
Yeah, but the stars of the video want it one more time. So
Well, it's their song.
right. Well, what the heck? It's only 2 minutes and a half.
It's not
Well,
long.
3 minutes with the added on.
Okay, because it's not a long song.
Hello, this is Anfield Road, lie out in the loft. I'm just doing a little.
Anfield Road, there is a fellow building his layout. Upon some boards he has the pleasure to find. And though his technique might just blow your mind, he gets on very fine. On his layout he was busy with his swizzle sticks. Now track work cleaning is on hand for him today. And though he thinks he has it done okay, he shorts another train. Very strange. Anfield Road is in the loft and on YouTube, where his hammer bangs beneath his roof. He sits and meanwhile back in the corner of his attic he is hot and warm. His lady Jackie cleans him from down below. And though he seems to feel he's safe at home, he maybe isn't though. Anfield Road is in the loft and on YouTube. Full of pins and floppy glue in summer. Meanwhile, up in his loft he's making fancy for a cattle yard. His lady Jackie's making poppies for a sight. And though she says that she will go on strike, you know she does alright. At Anfield Road we see that Lee has put a sticker on. We hear his Jackie telling him to come right down. And though he's got plenty Jack around, He rarely runs his trains. Very strange. Anfield Road is in the loft and on YouTube. There he built his bits for me and you. We sit and watch it. Anfield Road is in the loft forevermore. There his live streams last 3 hours or more. Anfield Road.
All right, there we go. Yeah, now David says more channel songs. I can't say never, but the minute I would start writing songs about channels, everybody would want one, or a lot of people would want one.
You did.
Well, yeah, but again, and that was, because again, as I repeat ad nauseum, the Everard Road is not about Everard Road. It's about the guy obsessed with Everard Road.
Thank you, Chris.
So it's always a danger. There's always a trick you have to, the minute I start doing channel songs, somebody's going to want one. And,
Yes, you did, and somebody wants one.
Right. Right. Well, he doesn't want one about his channel. He just likes it that.
Are you sure?
And I don't want to do a song where I have a go at somebody. That's why there is a video I never made, because I was angry and even though I'm doing it with humor, I'm having a go at somebody. And that's why I've never made it. And I have changed the lyrics to make it softer and funnier, and that people wouldn't know who I was having a go at. But as Joyce said, a little bit of it's not completely obvious. But, you start thinking, who would I write about? And then what song? Lee's came up. Lee's, Penny Lane, Anfield Road, both in Liverpool. Well, Lee's outside of Liverpool.
Close enough.
You never saw the Everard song. That's my most watched video. Not my most watched parody song by far. It's got like twice as many. It's got over 800 views.
With the Welsh dragon.
With a Welsh dragon in it. I would have to learn a couple of funny Welsh words just to throw in.
Right.
Like I'd take that one Welsh city that changed its name just so it was the longest, and just make a whole line and rhyme it with that. Loch Glenfinnig, no, there fishing Apberg. Just throw that in there.
So, David, the Everard Junction song is very clever.
The lyrics are brilliant. The singing is the worst I ever did.
He sings it, and you might just want to mute it and read the lyrics.
Yeah, and sing it to yourself.
Right.
It's literally the worst. I'm a bad singer to start, okay? But then I have some videos that aren't. The dog committed suicide. My singing on Everard Junction, dogs were at my door threatening. Neighborhood strays were outside my door threatening violence. No, they weren't howling. They had guns. They were armed. The dogs were looking at me saying, if we had opposable thumbs and fingers, we would be shooting you right now. Do you know what that's done to our ears? Your singing was rough.
Quite frankly, that's about the time I started singing.
Yeah, that was the one where Joyce finally said, honey, I'll sing for you.
It's done. And I don't know that I enjoy it that much, but it's for you.
But then, even when she says, I'll sing for you, there are times where, honey, I need you to sing this song. She's like, no. It needs a man's voice.
Well, yeah, you've said it.
Actually, Joyce says this. It needs a man's voice. Or yours.
It's
My voice is horrible. I'm fully aware of that. And I have sung to the displeasure of my wife and kids in the car along with every song for 40 years. Okay.
okay. Yeah, Leslie, it seemed a little short. You did a fantastic job, though. Because that's one heck of a long name.
Yeah, see, because what I have to learn is, what I have to remember, because I've got one of my college degrees is a degree in linguistics. But I only studied the Celtic languages a little bit, just a little bit, because you had to, we did some Latin-based, Celtic, Germanic, Proto-European, blah, blah, blah. And so we had to learn the symbols in the alphabets. And with Welsh and some of the Celtic, how to pronounce the double L. And it's got different pronunciations depending on where it is in the word.
Ooh,
So like,
challenging.
you have a vocalized, not vocalized, oh crap. You have a glottalized pronunciation of it when it's at the end of a syllable. It gets that in the middle of it. Ugh.
Now, what's so funny about the Everard Junction song there is, of course, Everard has a couple thousand followers, so they caught it, and they were kind of horrified because they didn't know what Anthony did. And so it's got a lot of views on it. It's got more dislikes than anything he's ever had.
It's got more dislikes than any video, but it's also got more likes than any video.
That's true. And it's like, dude, I hate to tell you this, but
I got more hate mail for that one. I got more hate mail. That was the funniest one. Like, dude, who told you could sing? That was awful. I said, did you catch the introduction? Did you read the video commentary? I'm aware of how bad my voice sounded, and I'm aware how bad my voice sounded on that song. Because not only is it a tough song to sing, period, it's tracked, multi-tracked, and Paul alters his voice a little bit on it in a way I can't.
You can maybe redo it.
You could sing it, yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead, right now.
David, you are so kind.
Please, sir, please, sir, dear Richard, I have just logged on. Yeah.
Did you play that one on Beatles Rockstar?
Yes, it's on Beatles Rockstar.
That is a hard one to sing.
Yes, it is.
Because I believe I tried
We
to sing
did it. We had it where Marika and Marin
Yeah.
sang
different parts.
the higher pitched parts,
Right.
and they would not let me sing at all.
Right.
So it was funny. Yeah, we did it on Beatles Rock Band.
Fun.
But it was funny because we had all our German friends over. The two teachers that did the exchange program, they had their students here in America, and the teachers lived with us, plus my son's partner at the time, So they were all singing the different parts to it, and it was so fun.
Yeah, because it's got a lot of parts. And, yeah, I found out on Rockstar that things that I always sang, sometimes I was singing the harmony.
Yeah.
That's so weird. It's very hard to not sing it differently than when you did.
Let me see if I can pop this up and over real fast.
Yeah, you're right, they do. Well, they didn't know what they were getting into, Luma. They just thought, oh, Everard Junction. I like Everard Junction. Are you going to play it again?
I'm not going to play it. I'm going to sing it. There's the Chris song. Help! Chris needs a shout out. Help! For his little layout. Help! He wants to run some trains. Help! When he was young, he used to build a net and scale. But every time he tried to run, the trains would fail. And now it's 00 and in his sitting room. but he wants some more subscribers watching them go Zoom. Help Chris get himself an HST. Or Shirley will buy stuff from QVC. Help him or it will all go amiss. Won't you please, please help Chris? So now he's on YouTube streaming every day. He just wants someone who wants to come and play. And if they do subscribe, he'll be happy as can be. But it's at that century mark and that he wants to see. Help Chris if he can, he needs more subs. Because his fiddle yard is little more than stubs. Help Chris as he dreams of fish and chips. Won't you please, please help Chris? Yeah, enough of that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't do Beatles. My favorite group I can't sing.
Oh, you need to
Unhighlight what? Oh, yeah, because it's done now. We could try to do this one live.
No, we're not going to do that one live.
No?
No.
You could do the backup. Happy.
No, we'll do that one for next week.
Do you think?
Yeah.
That's a tough song to sing.
Oh, good, Chris. I'm glad.
Yeah, Everard Junction. I was looking for Yellow. Please, sir, dear Richard, I have just signed on and I've watched the videos that you have done. Your skills are too great and I'm so impressed. And I need some tips because I want to be like Everard Junction. Everard Junction. I've a dirty attic with some dirty track. And I bought some trains, there's no turning back. And it's nagging me to build baseboards, but I know I could be it. And I wish I were like Everard Junction. Yeah, well, I'm... Yeah, so see, that song's not about Everard Junction. It's about the guy obsessed with Everard Junction.
Right. It must be like Everard Junction.
So, yeah, the lyrics are great. There's a couple of songs that I did where I thought they were really funny at the time. I go back and go, oh, yeah, maybe not. But usually, if I'm going to perform them, I think they're funny or they work. There's a couple that I call forced ones where I got most of the song done and then just had to finish it. There's some songs that we do that are on, they're actually, the song they're based on is kind of sad and you're trying to do a funny, like we did. Now I love Joyce's singing on it. Joyce is singing on it, but if you know, one of my, probably my favorite Three Dog Night tune. Old folks, Three Dog Nights, anybody? If you know Three Dog Night, they did a song called Shambhala. And we did a version of it.
Right.
Now, it's probably not my best. Actually, it's good lyrically because I try to match it all. It's good, but it's not my best. But Joyce's singing on it is amazing. But otherwise, it's Joyce singing Digital Killed the Radio Star. No, I'm sorry. I'm mixing both of them. Digital Killed the Analog Guy. Digital Killed the Analog Guy.
Hi, Roy.
Hello, Roy. How are you? So, now the one that I still think is one of my best, but it has one of the lowest view totals, is Joyce singing Steeler Wheels, Jerry Rafferty and Steeler Wheels, Stuck in the Middle with You, Stuck in a Train Show with You. Her singing's awesome, especially trying to follow Jerry Rafferty's very unique vocalizing style.
That was a lot harder than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's a lot harder to sing.
I sing along with it all the time, but that...
When you're trying to parrot the way he rolls his voice, it's not the same. And Joyce did a lot of work on that. But that's one of the ones that I think is still one of our best. Stuck at a Train Show with You. It's funny.
It was complicated.
It was funny. The lyrics are funny. Joyce does a great job singing. It's the first one Joyce sang.
Yeah. It was complicated. He's a slave driver. No, that's not right. You have to do this.
Yeah, just remember.
How I sing it.
Just remember, everybody, for as bad as my paperback writer Everard Junction singing is, that was the best take. There's about 15 others that are like, oh my God, that's awful.
That's terrible.
When you listen and cringe to Everard Junction, that was the best take.
He's right. right though, because we do go back and back, and I mean we're getting better. So the last one we had what, 5 takes?
No, the last one you did a full take of Anfield Road. On Anfield Road, you flubbed the second to last stanza.
Right. I ran out of air.
No, you kept crossing
you're right,
the words.
You're right.
You kept crossing the words.
You're right. I did have a hard time going from that one area.
Joyce always
I don't
won.
even know why.
Part of it could be asthma. Joyce won. You know.
It was bad.
You know, in Penny Lane, meanwhile back behind the shelf, you know, it goes straight into the stanza.
Yeah,
Joyce wants
really
to pause. Joyce wants to pause.
Yeah, I do.
Meanwhile, back.
Yeah, I mean, clearly it doesn't.
Behind the shelter
Thank
of the
you,
middle.
Joseph, that's kind.
You go straight into it.
I mean, yeah, his talent in writing is outstanding.
Luma?
Not sure.
Luma,
Really
I
not.
have no idea if Ever Junction ever heard it.
Yeah,
He has
I
never
saw.
acknowledged it. Richard Watson, New Junction, I've asked him, just if you ever hear, because Richard does talk to Everard Junction at times, they're both Richards.
Yeah.
I just said, if you ever hear, would you let me know? What's that?
Roy.
Yeah.
I think you missed that, Roy. I don't think you were in when I said Anthony was talking about Everard Junction. I said, I think that was the point where I decided I had to take over the singing.
I've wanted Joyce to sing. There are songs she won't sing. There's 3 songs we haven't recorded because she won't sing them and I can't.
Oh, you know, I'm old enough. I'm not sure I'm into the rockers.
Right.
I'm shaking my head.
But you're doing the old rockers. You still sing along with Led Zeppelin. Who are you kidding?
I know I do, but I don't think I'm
Like,
good.
my version... Now, again...
This has taken me down quite a few notches.
Take this with a grain of salt.
I know, I keep going flat. It's terrible.
Take this with a grain of salt. But one of my favorites was the Led Zeppelin, Good Trains, Bad Trains. And actually, I didn't think my singing was horrible on it. Not good.
Your singing is better than others.
There are certain keys. I'm always flat. I'm flatter than olive oil laying down in a field.
You did the Welsh song.
Well, I did the logical song because I could do Roger. I could do high-pitched voices.
He did that one pretty well because he goes into his
When
falsetto.
I was young, it seemed that life was so. I can do falsetto. Don't ask me why. I probably wore too tight of underwear when I was a kid.
Anthony is not tone deaf. Not in the least. He can hear the difference between them. It's just his voice won't produce the right ones.
When I was... now my voice cracks. When I was young, it seemed that life was so magical. Wonderful. Oh, it was beautiful. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to...
Sure.
Even to sing badly, I have to warm the voice up.
Oh, that's true.
But, yeah, I think that one was a pretty decent version. Because I can do the falsetto voices.
Yeah. Well, and you got a lot of...
But then they sent me away to teach me. I could probably do John Anderson from Yes at times. I actually used to do a pretty decent impersonation of Cat Stevens, but it's kind of hard to do Cat Stevens' voice to these songs because you got to do, for me to do an impersonation of somebody, I got to do their voice to their song. Oh, I'm on my way. I know I am somewhere so far from you.
No, that was about Richard. So.
All I know is all I feel right now. I feel the power growing in my head. I can do meow, that's meow. Meow. In other words, I sound like a screeching cat. That's how you spell it in German.
I see.
Because Luma is German,
Meow.
he's just a
Meow.
meow. It's still meow. We go E-O-W,
Yeah,
German
look
goes
at him
I-A-U.
saying Meow. Meow. Meow.
It's me, M-I, me, and then A-U pronounced ow. Meow. Meow. See, your
Okay.
online game isn't teaching you everything, is it?
No, of course not.
But no, too good to let her husband teach her German.
Yeah, okay, Luma. Yeah, Anthony explained that to me. We get it.
Owl the magic dragon built in his shed. No.
See, I really like the one we sang Two of Us, and I really like that one.
That was the only one that wasn't model train related. It was train traveling.
I like that one.
You like that one because it's me and you being cute together.
I know, it was
and
cute.
that makes other people sick.
It did get a lot of love, but I liked it. Okay, Roy's got 4 cameras. That's good. That's a start.
Yes, he was doing a test live stream and I popped in. He was live streaming and I did that. And he had a couple of cameras at the time. Now he's got 4.
Cool.
I set a standard. Eventually somebody will get 12 or 20.
Here was the thing. Anthony had 2, then he had 4, and the monster was born, and he would like more. He still keeps looking at.
Now there comes a point where to have all the cameras on, the views are just too small. Just remember, there's some poor sap on his phone. Worse, he's on his BlackBerry, and I've got all 9 cameras on, and he's like, "Hey, Anthony, what's that train you're running here?" Or worse, he's holding it like this, where it's even smaller.
Yeah, he wants to buy a. Right. He wants to buy a.
What?
That camera you
The
put on your
GoPro?
face, the GoPro. I totally thought you'd get that.
Yeah, I want the GoPro. I want the GoPro to put it on a train and do Wi-Fi cab feeds. So one of my trains would be cab feeding. I could change it around through the live stream.
Oh, he wants to take it to England, I guess.
It'd be England too.
If we do anything fun,
Hey,
we'll post it.
guys, I need your help right now. I need your help. I know I could talk her into it. If I pouted long enough, she would concede and say, "Just buy the damn thing." But would you all help me now? And would you all type in Joyce or Daisy or Lil, "Let Anthony buy a GoPro today"?
I haven't done the bills yet. You gotta wait.
No, just type, help me out. Joyce, I really want a GoPro. And they've marked them down. It's half the price it used to be. It's a GoPro 9. I want a GoPro so I can take it. See, I have to explain that it has to go on trips. But I can put it on my layout and we'd have these cool camera feeds here. All right, bye, Kieran. Hello, Split Rock.
Leslie, you're less than a centimeter square.
Yeah, but I'm still a square.
Yeah.
We're Knights of the Square table.
Oh, I thought you had Pinterest or something. Why would it be good for you all, Roy? Explain.
Because they'd enjoy the views. Oh, I've been talking to her about it. Because here's the thing.
You know, he really isn't. He just is like, oh, the GoPro's marked down. Oh, it's $450. Oh, it's $450. Oh, it's still marked down.
Somebody put, and it said GoPro USA on Facebook. GoPro, $99. It's normally $500. The GoPro 9 with Wi-Fi. When they came out, they were $800. Now you can get them for $500. Well, actually, you could get them. And this site was selling them for $99. And I fell for it. And I should have looked at it that even though it said GoPro, it was a ripoff. And I lost $99. Now I filed a complaint and Facebook sent me the money back. They paid PayPal back because I use PayPal. But it was a ripoff. But since that time, the actual company GoPro has marked them down from $800 to $599, and now they're $349. They're $350. That's still a lot of money, but with a lot of pouty face and other people helping, she might just break down and let me get one.
So, Roy, you're saying the 9 cameras are not enough, and he needs another one?
I'd tell her she could count it as an early Christmas present, but that's not true. Because there are 2 trains coming out at Christmas I want.
Oh,
And
and
what? 2 trains
And
so far.
and
Nope, the summer releases don't impress me. 2 trains so far.
waiting for that ICE4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right, Roy. They're getting ready for the next level.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. GoPro 9 has everything I need, and then
It's the same. We really
actually a
don't.
GoPro 8 has everything I need, but GoPro 9 has 4K functionality and a better Wi-Fi setup.
Yes, that we have actually bought. Right.
All fellow Americans. I started with Nixon and went somewhere else.
You did.
I'm not a crook.
I forgot what I was
Yeah.
gonna say. I don't know. I mean, yeah, we bought cameras that way where we got the right before they put the new one out.
Which is, I do. I tend to buy on sale
Figure
and
we're still getting
cheap.
a fairly new thing for better. Yeah.
Mark's got the best argument yet.
Gotta go there.
Yeah.
Oh. I think we need to get Becky involved with this, Mark. I do not want to be responsible for this. Well, you know, when we did when our last trip to German, we went down a mountain on whatever it's called.
A roller
Yeah.
coaster.
Yeah, well, yeah, I knew that. So anyway, but we were, oh, I'm laughing at Jackie's comment.
I've talked about going down for a GoPro, and it's still not winning one.
So anyway, we were watching GoPro videos, so you know it's in his head now. The next time I do something like that, I'm going to need one.
Yeah, because that's how we first saw it, as a guy wore a GoPro, an older version of a GoPro, and went down. It's a roller coaster. It's a single car roller coaster, each one person per car, and you go down. It's a 7-minute ride down the side of this mountain in Bavaria, Germany.
You control the brakes.
And you control how fast you go.
Right.
And it's wild, and I would have loved a GoPro on it.
What
This is
a
Joyce's
blast.
international signal for GoPro. Honey, what's that? Usually
You know this thing.
the sign language symbol for stupid, I thought, but no, GoPro.
Oh, that was a good try, Mark.
No,
I'm not really sure I'd be.
I have a
Joyce
prize for
Trade
the
either.
1,000. I have a prize for the 1,000 membership giveaway. It's just I'm never going to reach 1,000.
What's that?
I thought the old Brava. I was going to sell it on eBay.
Yeah, it's an AC though.
Yeah, but
You
it can be converted.
Have a few AC fellows and ladies on here. No. Well, I mean, if you got 5,000, you might think about it, but he's gonna change a few things to get to 5,000.
Yeah, no,
Probably have to stop singing.
there's only 2 ways. All right, there's 3 ways that I would get to 5,000 subscribers. Number 1, I would actually have to do Everard Junction, Double O'Neill level weekly work on the layout and actually build a layout.
Right.
Or, because I could stop singing and still wouldn't get to 5,000. Or if Joyce makes enough on-camera mistakes like she's done a couple of times, we could totally change it. Or if she wears the French maid outfit I keep asking her to wear, we might get a few thousand that way.
It might pick up your viewership.
Or the Daisy costume. Oh no, we'd get more subscribers, especially if it were weekly.
Yeah. Oh, Lord.
But it would totally change the rating of this channel.
I would change the rating of this channel, and I still have to work for 9 more years in a school system.
Yes, you still have job and little kids.
Clearly frown on that.
Yes, your bosses would frown on that. I'm retiring. I don't give a damn.
It's true.
I'm going into work this year with a. I'm trying to go into work this year with a. Who
That's it.
cares?
You wanna set a. I don't know. Go help me fun.
A GoFundMe.
Oh my gosh. GoFundMe
No.
stories break
No.
my heart.
I'm not-
That would be a silly way of thinking.
I do not, please don't take this the wrong way. I don't need people to buy me stuff.
Yeah.
I don't have any problem with anybody who asks for money on their channels. But I've always said I will never ask for money on my channel. Now, if I got monetized, that's different.
Yeah, but that would just be from ads, not from people.
But I can't get monetized because 90% of what I do has copyright claim. I'd have to stop doing all the things that make me such a loving and adorable person on YouTube. And got me those 880 whatever
You
subscribers
know, the
I have.
next Western story, we really are trying to have.
We're changing
free-
all the pictures.
Yeah, pictures that won't be attached to any
The
funny.
only picture we haven't changed.
Doesn't.
The only picture we haven't changed is Smokey. And I was trying to talk Jason, the train freak, to let us use his son as the new Smokey. Train Freak Jr. If you guys know, Train Freak Jr. would make a perfect Smokey. But again, would Amanda and Jason be comfortable with their son's picture doing that? I've mentioned it a couple of times. He hasn't responded back to me.
We're still waiting, Crickets.
But no, I don't need a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
If
That's
I
number
want-
5.
If we buy it, it's because we can't afford it. You know, I don't need anybody buying me anything.
So, yeah, like I say, you're fine if you have your stuff.
Although I keep trying to talk Joyce into buying me a mail order Russian bride for something else, but she won't go for that either. Dude, you were too late. I had to give me your own dude.
You got the eye roll.
I got the ire.
The eye roll.
Oh, I got the eye roll first. I was looking at the camera. I didn't see the eye roll. You'll have to do it again. Here, I'll watch the camera. You can do the eye roll again.
I've never-
I've tried to get her to buy me a Russian bride. See? You still
Yeah.
didn't eye roll.
See, I hope he does, Roy, because that would be cute.
Yeah, I think he's a perfect fit.
Yeah. Yeah, he's close to the right age.
He's around the right age. He
Right.
looks enough like Smokey. Because Smokey is going to be, well, Smokey was always funny. But how Smokey's changed is already
Yeah.
hilarious.
Well, you know, they did have that talk with him, so he is going to change.
Forgive me, Father, for I have
Yes,
sinned.
Indeed.
It's been 2 years since my last confession.
So, yeah.
And I have sinned a lot.
Yeah. So, yeah. Don't give anything
Smokey's
away.
funny. Already, Smokey's hilarious.
Yeah. All right. Well, Roy, you talk to him and see. We just need I don't know, like a cowboy.
All right,
hat on
Chris,
him,
thanks
too.
for staying awake. Tell Shirley we said hi.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's almost 6 o'clock Eastern.
The next Western will not gain me any more subs.
It is midnight in Germany.
It is midnight in Germany. Oh yeah, it's 6 o'clock. It's dinner time. If Series 1 did not gain me, and I think I don't know that Series 1 gained me any subscribers. You know, some people, like, there was a live stream I was on a couple of months back, or just after it ended, and we were talking about it, Sidetrack Sunday.
Yeah, it was
And the guy, Jack, who's got a couple of thousand subscribers, and he wanted to know what everybody was talking about, and everybody told him.
Yeah, he had
And-
several links.
He went and watched it, some of it during the live stream, and came back and gave some positive feedback on it. And then in another live stream, we were talking about it again, and he said, I've got to take this to people at work. And then you never hear anything again.
Yeah, we don't even know. I mean, he didn't comment on it, so it's like, well, okay. They didn't like
So,
it.
I mean, if people like it, and, you know, yeah, share it with people. I mean, you don't have to be into model trains. You
Okay,
either
Roy,
find it
that's
funny
cool.
or stupid.
There you go. Roy says Series 1 made him a regular.
Yeah, in Australia, it's 8 a.m.
That's good. Wow.
It's 8 a.m.
We just
The
be
gun's
getting,
still warm.
we
I'm
just be
sitting
getting
here.
up to play tennis again. Woo!
Yeah,
Hooped.
yeah, we get up about,
Yeah.
we sleep in during the summer. We get up about 8 to go play tennis in the morning. It was a tough one. Chris just left because Chris used to always ask us last year about what the tennis scores were. Because
Yeah.
I'd get back from tennis and Chris would just be going live.
Okay, that makes sense.
7-5, 6-2, I win again.
Oh,
But that first set was a fight.
yeah, it was brutal. Net games get really good.
Your net game, yeah.
Yeah.
Your short game and your net game is getting pretty darn good. You were a fight today in the first set.
Yep.
I'm just sitting here playing with this while talking. I haven't changed cameras. I haven't done anything. All right, if you want to be a train engineer, if you even have an engineer's cap, just have a blank background behind you. You know, just stand in front of a wall and put on an engineer's cap.
Yeah, and send it to Anthony.
And send it to me. You can send it to me via Facebook, and my email address is on Facebook. So just, hey, this is Split Rock, and here's a picture. Yep. The better the resolution, the better. I'm not into, I need 1 megapixel. No, the bigger, you know, if it's 4K, the better. It just lets me mess with it a bit. But if you can put the hat on and anything. All right, Jackie, take care. Good night. We're going to be logging off here in a couple of minutes because it's our dinner time here.
Yeah. See you, Jackie.
Joyce demands dinner at 6 or she turns into a monster.
6-ish. Yeah, almost.
Well, we have to start doing something about dinner. 6-ish.
I have to eat. I'm not good.
Yeah, she's, well, there are missing people because she has to eat.
You're hangry.
Yeah, Joyce does hangry.
Yeah, I do. Yes, Mom, eat something.
That's why we only have 3 kids now. It's terrible.
That's not true.
But you know, I started writing, I wrote the first 3 or 4 scenes of the next Matt Clark, and then my friend Dean passed away, and I've got to get back into the spirit in here to start writing like that again. I can't just sit down and write. I have to get into that sort of a zany mode.
I thought you had a cowboy hat, Roy. What's he been putting on? He says he's got a fox hat.
I got my hat. Although actually I think it looks better on Joyce. There you go. Now it's Daisy. Daisy when she came out in her gunfighter leathers. Daisy when she, Little Beaver.
Yeah, I know what
Gotta have it more badass. You gotta have it forward.
I see. I do like
Oh, now you're going like that.
I do like
Now you're the country girl. That's more of a little look there. It's Lil, damn it! It's all a bunch of horse poop. Wow, Daisy.
Split box. Very good with Photoshop. Okay. Tab.
Remember to get the GoPro. Well, you don't need a cowboy hat. What you really want, if you want to be, Roy says, whatever hat. If you got you don't even have to have a hat unless you want a specific job. And again, like I have, there's going to be U.S. cavalry. We're going to have military people in this one. I don't want to give away the plot.
Right.
I've already picked we've got 2 villains, and Jean Ricard's going to be the main villain. I don't know which way you want to put it. The main villain is one character, but we're going to find out Jean Ricard character is behind it all.
So how much you want? A full body shot or an upper torso?
Whatever works for you. Upper
Yeah.
torsos tends to be a little easier to put in, but again, if you have the outfit, full body's better. But if you just have a hat or just an old style shirt, then just torso
If
or
you think about the first one there, he definitely, Lil was basically waist off. So, it was different. So just look and see how those work. Because they'll work.
right. So, and I'll make the picture work. It's just, I have characters available, but I don't want to give away the plot.
Right, yes.
All Jean Ricard knows is the character.
Just trust that we'll use you. If you want to be involved,
You could be a background scene player. You could
we will
be,
use you.
because there's characters to come I haven't met yet. There are characters I haven't met yet that I will create as the
Right.
story goes.
As it progresses, yeah.
I have a plot, and I have the main villains,
multiple facial expressions? Really, because they're static. One, unless you want to give him choices. But he's probably only going to
Good
use
night,
one.
Donegal Dad.
Hi, Mark.
No, just a basic. I mean, again,
You better talk to Shirley, Mark.
Shirley.
Shirley? Wrong name.
No, Becky.
Becky. You better talk to Becky.
But no, just a plain face. I mean, if
Shirley is
you're,
Chris's.
you know, if you think of all the characters I did, like I had guys that were standing next to trains or whatever. You know, if you got a shot of you at work where you work with the trains, I can make it fit or cut it to a point where the background's just there. All right. So yeah, think about it. I mean, I won't be making this until September at the earliest. I originally thought
Yeah.
August, but things have gotten pushed back. And I really was hoping to be done writing it by now, but then again, I was hoping to be done with the Paulo car system by now. That hasn't happened either.
You're there this week?
Yeah, maybe this week.
Maybe.
And then, yeah, and you can do a series and I can pick which one I like the best. Because sometimes it's like Jean Ricard, his picture inspired me. John, I want you to be this character.
Right.
Are you okay with that?
Right. Yeah, they can clear it with you.
Okay, but yeah, I will clarify with you. I will not turn you into something. You know, I won't turn you into a transvestite Puerto Rican prostitute unless I clear it with you first.
Right.
And on that note, the thought of a transvestite Puerto Rican prostitute, I'm going to let Joyce say,
Choose.
your camera's right there.
Choose.
Alvida Zane and happy trains. Take care, everybody. We got to log off.
Yep.
Bye, all.
Bye.
Of course. It's the mouse has died.